This episode may contain content that could be distressing or objectionable to certain listeners. Please refer to the episode show notes for details. Discretion is advised.
Hello, listeners. Welcome to Your Movie, My Movie with Dan and Steve.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Steve. Also with us today is writer and not-so-silent partner of the podcast, CIARA.
I'm CIARA.
This is a podcast where one of us picks a movie to watch and we discuss it together. In this episode, we're talking about one of Dan's picks, the 2003 movie Biker Boys, based on the New Times LA article by Michael Gauges. I think that's how you pronounce it. Starring Laurence Fishburne, Derek Luke, Orlando Jones, Djimon Hounsou, Lisa Bonet, Brendan Fehr, Larenz Tate, and last but certainly not least, Kid Rock.
No, that's the least.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. That's very, very fair. Screenplay by Craig Fernandez and Reggie Rock Bythewood, and directed by Reggie Rock Bythewood. We will be talking about spoilers, so if you want to watch the movie first, now's the time to do so. But before we talk about the movie, Dan, who would you recommend this movie to?
Thanks for asking, Steve. I would recommend this movie to any biker boys, black knights, soul brothers, and strays out there looking for an active community for extracurriculars and a little danger.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
What the fuck?
Well, was that too gross? I mean, it was supposed to be.
That was adorable.
It was supposed to be cringy, but whatever.
Well, I mean, you know, apparently according to this movie, the only person that Danger hates is Eric LaSalle. So,
who's Eric LaSalle?
Slickwell.
Oh shit! Rest in peace,
Rest in
Slickwell.
peace.
How dare you, Steve?
Hey, I didn't make this movie. Okay, but did you see anybody else eat it?
That's true.
That's true.
I mean, Kid, Jaleel did eat it
Well,
once.
Yeah, but he didn't
He didn't eat it.
He didn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just Days of Thunder.
I haven't seen that movie, but I understand the reference.
You know, we'll talk about it. I think you should do essential watches now. Like movies that are in the mainstream that the other hasn't seen, so they just have to watch it.
Okay.
So, and that could be, that could be a new category for us.
Okay, I'm down.
And then I can show you that kind of stuff, and then you can show me Zombieland and other
Yes.
things like
You've
this.
never seen Zombieland?
I have not seen
He's
Zombieland.
never seen
What?
Zombieland.
No.
I think you'd like it.
You better.
Well, there's issues with being zombie movies, but we'll get to that later.
That's fair. That's fair.
So Steve.
Well, CIARA.
Bitch.
Oh, I thought we were doing you then CIARA.
No, we were doing you, then CIARA, then me.
My bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
We're going to keep this all in.
I'm sorry. I'm used to a tradition, okay? I'm
Wow,
sorry. It's been a
that's
while since we had a
crazy.
guest.
Wow, that's crazy.
CIARA,
Mm-hmm.
who would you recommend Biker Boys to?
The executives at BET.
You don't need to.
Because I have been inundated with what I don't want to say the shittiest black movies on BET, but I feel like it's not crazy to say that.
Biker Boys wasn't shown on BET?
I've never seen it on BET, and I grew up watching BET until I was probably like 16, 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So for reference, I'm 23. But I've never seen Biker Boys ever, and I've never seen it on the TV guide or anything for BET ever. And so I feel like instead of a baby boy marathon cut with what is it? Diary of a Mad Black Woman, or Family Reunion, or
Belly.
Baby Boy again, or Belly,
Yeah.
or Waist Deep. They should just cut in Biker Boys. Because I feel like people will appreciate it for what it is, rather than just it being like, oh, it's a black movie, I'm gonna like it because it's a black movie. Like it's genuinely something to appreciate, I think.
There's a lot. I mean, I'm going to talk shit about this movie because
Absolutely.
there is a lot to talk. There's a lot of good stuff in this movie.
Yeah, so I feel like
mostly the actors. So.
I feel like I should be like, oh, is it Huey from Boondocks and just like infiltrate BET.
I am both surprised and not surprised at all that it wasn't shown on BET.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a
same
DreamWorks movie. I don't know if they.
Maybe they showed
that's
it.
an issue.
Maybe they showed it on Bounce. I didn't have Bounce. I had BET, so I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, that's fair.
When I went over to my friend Noah's house, Noah had Bounce because it was not cable. None of my friends. Well, most of my friends didn't have cable, so I don't know if we had Bounce or not. Anyways,
I was too old to even know about Bounce.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, now you can ask me.
okay, sorry, Sierra. Hey, Steve.
Yes, Daniel.
Who would you recommend this movie for?
Bit of a hot take, but I will recommend this movie for anybody who wants to see Black Star Wars.
Whoa.
Interesting. You know what? Steven.
Did I open your eyes?
Holy shit. Because the entire time I was comparing this movie to like Fast and Furious.
Yeah. And we can talk about it.
I didn't even fucking think about that.
Right?
Your brain.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was thinking what's the show? Game of Thrones or something. Like just like some King and King's movie.
No. I don't think it reaches to that extent.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah, no.
I just mean like the kingdom sort of vibes.
I mean, I get that, but Game of Thrones is just a whole like
different can of worms.
For sure. Yeah. But right, there's the Force.
There is the Force
that Laurence
Fishburne.
Fishburne uses.
Yeah.
He uses the Force. And then we have pod racing.
Yes.
And Kid Rock is both Mace Windu and Darth Maul.
Oh my god!
Right? Queenie is Princess Leia.
Yes! What the fuck?
Black Star Wars.
I feel like we have to watch it all over again with that lens only. Oh, someone has to have like a video essay about this scene. If you write it, I'll do it. If you write it, I'll do it tonight.
I mean, this movie's fine, but I didn't like it that much.
Dude, that's fucking... Oh,
but,
damn.
that was the closest movie that, I saw it to, so...
Amazing.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Right? Yeah. There's Force Ghosts, because,
That's true, Slick Will.
Oh, right, Slick Will.
In a dream, yeah. And through the Force vision that Laurence Fishburne has.
During the last ride?
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Wow. There's helmets.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Dan.
Yeah.
You picked this movie.
I did.
Why?
Well, first of all, we're doing Black History Month.
Uh-huh.
And second of all, I just watched this movie and I knew I had to show it to you.
Okay.
I forget exactly what was going on, but I was just like not in a good mood one day, and I was just like completely like I was a little depressed. I was just like, I just want to turn off my brain. So I like went on to YouTube on my phone and I just looked up movies. Because sometimes I've found actually good movies on YouTube for free that just the YouTube movies with ads.
Yeah.
And I saw Biker Boys and I was like, this looks kind of dumb. What is this? I clicked on it. And then the first scene hooked me.
My God.
The first scene with the fucking Mos Def And the fucking tracking low-angle shots of burnouts, of the nightlife, of the parties, of the underworld subculture. And I was like, whoa. Mm-hmm. And so I watched it a little longer, and then I think I watched the whole thing that night. I could be wrong, but I moved to my computer. That's what I did. I got off my phone and I moved to my computer and I started watching it there. And I watched the whole thing, I think. Either that or I could have split it up into halves and watched it the next day. Anyways, I was really hooked from the start. And I was blown away by it. Another reason it holds even closer to my heart is because me and CIARA went to the American Black Film Festival. Mm-hmm. Right? Is that?
Yeah.
That's the name of it, right?
Yeah.
ABFF. Okay. Yeah. What was that? 2022?
That was 2022. Yeah.
Yeah. And we saw a guest speaker there, director Gina Prince Bythewood. And her husband is what's his first name? Reggie Rock Bythewood. And so she was also on this movie. And I was like, wow, that's crazy that I have like this connection to, because it was just really cool to watch her speak. She directed Akilah and the Bee, right?
And Love and Basketball.
And she's the director's husband.
Wife, yeah.
Okay, she's the director's wife. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had some vodka, I'm sorry.
And she also directed Secret Life of Bees, which CIARA showed me was really good.
Okay.
Anyways, and recently she just came out with The Woman King, which didn't do so well in theaters, but I still want to see it. Anyways, they're all very like Black movies, and from what I've seen, very good ones. So that was another reason I wanted to watch it, because I had that sort of personal connection to it in that way. And also, I just felt like I'd never heard of this movie, and it felt like it was a hidden gem. And it's reviewed badly, and that upsets me a little bit.
It probably doesn't deserve all the bad reviews it's gotten. I mean, I'll be fair to it.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that.
It's not the best, but it's also not the worst either. So
yeah, that's fair. So that's why I picked the movie.
Yeah.
Did that answer the question?
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And we're doing Black History Month at CIARA's instigation, or should I say curiosity as to what we'll pick.
I just want to see what two white guys would pick for Black History Month. And like, I'm thoroughly surprised so far. It's the first pick. I'm thoroughly surprised.
So far, I didn't do that bad, right?
Not too bad.
It's like Black Royalty, the movie.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, I don't know if it'd be Black Royalty. I mean, it's definitely star packed.
That's what I mean.
There's so many actors, African American actors,
the baddest bitches
from the early 2000s. And like some of them are on the screen for like not that much. They don't have a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah. Oh, he does get it too. He gets it too. Remember? Yeah. He dies too.
Does he die or well?
Oh, he does. He does die.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he died or like if he was just hurt and like he might come back later. So
I don't think so.
That's kind of what I was expecting in the movie, but I guess he dies.
He didn't come back in the movie, I don't think.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyways, I threw you off your train of thought.
Yeah.
And like the cast is like we just said, baddest bitches. Like they're so fine to the point they had the video vixen Tyson Beckford in there for maybe 5 minutes. And like, did he need to be there? Probably not, because they mentioned Donnie later on, and he's nowhere to be seen because he's out being a whore. I think is what it was akin to. But like the video vixen of the time, because this movie came out 2003.
Yeah.
He's been in videos since like 94, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like he's the hot guy. He was the hottest guy to have in videos. It was him and Tyrese to be like the hot guys in music videos. So when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, there's just more. Like, and the cast just kept stacking. Oh man, it was beautiful.
well, let me go through the other cast members, that weren't, in the main list, because there's, Meagan Good, who plays Tina. There is Dante Basco. And I am guessing his brother, Dionisio Basco. Let's see. And then I was surprised at this, but do y'all remember the lesbian with the cornrows?
Yeah.
Okay. She was played by Sally Richardson Whitfield. Sally Richardson is what she was known like back then, but she was in Eureka.
Oh, okay.
She's in Black Dynamite. And she's also the voice actress of Elisa Maza on Gargoyles.
Oh.
And that's when I got my crush on Sally Richardson.
My God.
Version of herself.
That's
It looks
crazy.
like she's also an I Am Legend as well.
Oh yeah, she plays
is.
his wife. Yeah.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
And so Sally Richardson Whitfield, she's interracial. She's an interracial person. And I did not come up with this name.
Oh no.
But her name in the movie, what she's credited as, is
I just
half
saw it.
and half.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even notice that till just now.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's so good.
Yeah. But I mean, like, she's well known as, for her, roles as a mixed race person. Like even on Gargoyles, she's like half African American and then half Native American. So, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Vanessa Bell Calloway.
Okay. Well, if I don't mention somebody, then I have no idea who they are.
Well, I don't really know who she was, except...
Oh, yeah. She played the mom. She played Kit's mom in this.
She did amazing in this movie.
Which she plays mothers so well.
Oh, she was in Daylight, that movie I told you about with Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
Where they get trapped underneath the bridge or whatever. Oh, and Coming to America.
Oh, there's also... Eric LaSalle was in Coming to America. He played Lisa's boyfriend, the one whose family was part of Soul Glow.
Yes! Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Eric LaSalle is in that.
Dude.
Oh, okay.
And then Kadeem Hardison, he played the guy in the wheelchair with the eye patch.
Yep.
He was in A Different World.
That's where I know him from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonet, who's also in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh
who
my
was
gosh.
he in A Different World? Is he the guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dwayne Wayne.
Yeah, that's it. Dwayne Wayne. Yeah.
Which, what a... God, I should
He's great.
rewatch that show.
I didn't watch all of it. I watched parts of it.
Man, the eye candy in that show was crazy.
It was a little bit too 90s for my taste when I first watched it. So
Man,
I gotta watch it.
you had to let it simmer.
I know,
dog.
I gotta watch it again.
You gotta watch it again. It's so good.
I mean, Lisa Bonet, I had a huge crush on her.
I mean, who didn't?
So
And
I
who
would
doesn't?
watch it again just for her.
And she's the mother of Zoe Kravitz with
With Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
And Titus Welliver was in it
Oh,
for
yeah!
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Who plays Bosch in the Amazon shows. Wow, this is a long tangent of actors, but
Well, yeah, but
it's
I mean-
star-studded, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a time capsule of these actors who are, at various points in their careers. It's just really interesting.
Yeah.
And they all do so good, I think.
Well, they all do the best that they can. So,
What do you mean by that?
just what I mean. They do the best they can. I mean, this is Black Star Wars. I mean,
Are you saying... okay, what are you saying, though? What do you... Expound on that.
I would not.
What are your problems with it? What are your problems? I think I know, and I think they're valid.
Okay. Well, what do you think they are?
I think it's a little melodramatic.
I don't think I've ever heard this laugh.
Oh, that's a long one.
That's a good one.
He's holding his belly. Oh man, we got him
tickled him.
keeled over.
We got him.
Oh, now he's holding out his hand for me to stop. So it's a little melodramatic and Kid Rock. Those are the two negatives. Which pulls it down to what, an 8? I mean, I'm just kidding. It is a little cheesy. It's a little cheesy, a little melodramatic. But honestly, I love it. I love it so much.
Okay. I'm glad you love it.
And you just gotta, I think you just have to watch it and accept it for what it is. And accept that it's a little bit over the top.
I think my problem with this movie, actually, is that it's either not grounded enough or it's not over the top enough.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't go over the top the way that
Fast and Furious
does.
Yeah.
Because that motorcycle movie is Torque, which I did see in the movie. I did see that. I did see that movie.
Oh, wait, yeah. So have you seen this movie before?
I have not. I thought I did.
Okay.
Oh.
But I didn't, actually.
You do get it confused with Torque. I think I remember you saying that once. Yeah.
It can be easily confused for Torque. But also, I once tried to watch this movie, and I couldn't get past, the... I didn't even get to the part where Slick Will gets hit. I didn't even get past that, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of a slower paced movie, though.
It is.
And there's all those like handheld shots with the stabilizer.
Oh man, that's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Okay.
I think the cinematography in this is fantastic. Did it make you like sick
or something? Did it make you queasy?
No, it didn't make me sick.
Were you just like, God, this is so early 2000s?
Well, maybe because that style has dated itself now. Because it's like what every videographer now does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They try to show off what they can do with a, hand stabilizer and a DSLR on it. So, that's what it kind of looked like to me.
Gotcha.
So,
fair.
Yeah.
That was one of the highlights for me, though.
Yeah.
And that could
be
because
if it was more grounded, I probably would have liked it. Or if it was more over the top and ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's at that weird middle level.
It's in its own zone.
That is very true.
You have to buy into the world, and once you buy into the world, then you can enjoy it.
Okay.
There's a couple movies like that, and I think this is one of those.
Okay.
Which is, I understand why. Yeah, I understand that point of your dislike, which is completely fine.
And then the big reveal just comes out of nowhere.
Really? I don't know if it's my third time watching it, but it doesn't. It doesn't if you watch it again.
Okay.
Which I know you probably
won't. Did I not pay enough attention to the cinematic masterpiece?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Because if you notice, what does Jaleel do whenever he first races? What does he do at the finish line?
What does he do?
And what does he do right before Slick Will dies?
What does he do?
To try and show off.
The handstand?
The handstand.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does Smoke do the first time he wins the race?
Shoot them.
No, I don't know if it's the first time, but he stands up. He's still his feet aren't on the seat, but he stands up, puts his arms out exactly the same way.
Okay,
Boom.
so you're saying there's
foreshadowing.
Okay, yeah, okay.
The thing is, I had a feeling because, well, granted, his dad died really early on, and so he's either going to be a father figure or he's going to be his dad. And I completely forgot about I was so enthralled in the film. So when it was revealed, that's why I was like, what the fuck? Like, that blew me. And for it to be the early 2000s black movie, and for me not to have really caught on to that and stuck with that the entire time, I was so disappointed in myself. Because that is a quintessential plot point and plot twist in many of those movies.
He had two great dads in this movie.
Nice.
And one of them was a ghost who talked to their dad.
Slick Will stepped up.
Yeah.
And then Smoke also stepped up.
Stepped up.
Stepped back
can
up.
your biological daddy be your stepdad?
He's not the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up.
Yeah.
From beyond the grave.
Oh shit.
So.
I don't know what to talk about. I just
also really
we have to do our 2-minute warning. You have to run down the plot of the movie.
Oh fuck!
In
okay.
2 minutes. So,
okay. All
are
right.
you gonna? This is our new thing that we're doing, Sierra. We just started it with the last episode.
Okay.
So, so that we don't get cut in the weeds with the plot or just reciting the plot. From now on, we're gonna try to talk about the plot, explain the plot in 2 minutes, and then that'll be it. So, do you want to set your timer?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Should I actually set it in like an alarm so it like beeps at me whenever it finishes?
Sure.
It makes it more cinematic and.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. Let me get the names right. I probably forget the names.
That's okay.
That's fine.
I can
There's a lot of names. Oh man, I'm so nervous. Okay. All right. It's gonna be fine. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. It's the underground world of biker gangs and biker subcategories of people, subcultures. Smoke is the king of California. That's Laurence Fishburne. And the mechanic is Slick Will, which is the dad of Kid, aka Jaleel. And in the beginning of the movie, Slick Will gets killed in an accident. Jaleel wants to basically become his own man and step into manhood and start racing. And he holds resentment against Smoke because Slick Will was Smoke's mechanic. And I don't know if it's not explained that it's because of Smoke that Slick Will died or what. Anyways, Jaleel wants to step up to Smoke and become the king of Cali. But he's really young, so he's got to find his way up to work towards racing him and taking his throne by beating him in a race. Jaleel's mom does not want him to race because she already lost her husband in this world of biker gangs and biker groups or whatever. I feel like gang is a bad word for
motorcycle clubs.
Motorcycle clubs. Thank you. And so, yeah, they eventually get up and they race, and he works his way up, and he finally gets to Smoke, and they do a race, and Smoke lets him win. I'm sorry, I'm backing up. Smoke is actually his dad, his real dad, and so they kind of have butted heads for the longest time, and Jaleel's trying to prove himself as a man, and Smoke is bro, chill out. Your dad just died. And you're not as good as you think you are. And so then finally it comes to the final race of the movie, Smoke versus Jaleel. And Jaleel had to also start his own biker gang called the Biker Boys. I forgot to mention that. And that's how they work their way up. Anyways, they race. Smoke lets him win. Jaleel hands the throne back and says, maybe I'll ask for it back when I'm ready.
Wow.
Oh.
Bada bing, bada boom. It was a few little sidetracks, and I kept saying biker gangs, which I apologize. Not the correct term for this.
Is motorcycle club.
Motorcycle club.
That's a very neutral term.
Yes.
To use.
Yes.
Yeah. But you also mentioned something that I have another problem I have with this movie.
Okay, go for it.
So, the way that the movie is framed is that the kid.
Yeah.
He needs to work his way up to, Smoke, who's the,
King of Cali.
Yeah, the King of Cali. But they don't do that in the movie.
What do you mean?
They don't really do that in the movie. He only he races who is it?
Djimon.
Yeah, Djimon Hounsou. Is it Motherland?
Motherland.
Yeah, Motherland.
He
races Motherland, but it's not a complete race.
Right.
Because that's a trick to get the kid arrested by the police.
Exactly.
Okay. And then he wipes out while racing Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. So he loses that race.
And then the next day is the race with the next
Smoke.
day is the race with Smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why this movie's so good, because it subverts expectations.
What's understood doesn't have to be explained, Stephen.
He built his own kingdom.
But
He built his own kingdom.
But could you imagine?
He earned that race. He built his own kingdom.
Okay.
You saw
we did do a montage of that.
Yeah, you saw in the end how many people
why
were
couldn't
the
we have done
biker
a
boys.
montage of him, running white races against the other MCs?
Because it's not that important. We see him working his way up. He's earning respect.
He's working his way up through the hustle, is what we're shown, not through the legit races. Though.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Okay.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Okay.
I think we follow the emotional journey, and it doesn't miss in that way.
You know, if this was
if y'all want to nitpick, that's fine.
Daniel, we're a movie review show. Of course we're going to nitpick. That's what we're here for. That's what the listeners want.
That's fine.
You know, like,
that's fine. I'll just
I
hate
think
you
this would
forever
make
for
like
it.
such a great TV show. Like, could you imagine a TV show?
I actually kind of wrote. Never mind, go ahead.
You go ahead.
I was supposed to write a TV Bible for one of my screenwriting classes.
Okay.
And it had to do with dirt bike like gangs.
Okay.
Teenager dirt bike gangs.
Okay.
And don't steal my idea. I might write it one day.
Well, they probably won't do a dirt bike TV idea the same way that your idea is.
Exactly. You can't. It's impossible.
Exactly. But how I would like convert this movie into a TV show is like I would show him like working his way up through the world of underground street bike races. In every half season, like he's got to work himself up to go up against like the next guy. So there's like the half season finale and the season finale will be like the actual race. There's going to be like all sorts of character drama in between that.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
The race and the people who don't, and then the people who are tricking him and will backstab him. That's how I would approach this as a TV show. That
sounds really cool.
Speaking of backstabbing, I really fucking wish they did something with the fact that they had that mural of them.
Last Supper of the Biker Boys?
The Last Supper of the Biker Boys. Listeners, you have to watch this movie. Don't just listen to this, you have to watch it because there is a moment during the montage of the Biker Boys, the gang that Jaleel has created. There is blinking you miss it, shot of a mural painted in their warehouse of the Last Supper, but all of the dudes in Biker Boys, and Jaleel is Jesus. And I don't know who was supposed to be Judas. I didn't get a glimpse of who Judas was. I was thinking he was the white guy. And so a part of me was like, this has to happen. He has to be betrayed. Because then why the fuck else would you have that there? Why would you let us see that? Other than the fact that it's gaudy as hell. Like I wanted
they're
it
18
so bad.
And they don't have good taste.
I know. That's true. That's true. I forget they're all like teenagers.
Yeah, he's
they're
literally
babies.
18 in the movie.
Yeah, they are absolute babies in this movie. Because his father dies, and then 6 months later is when like what we're watching is taking place. So that means he was probably about like 17.
Probably.
He was already trying to get into it.
It starts with him at 17, and then he becomes 18 by the time he starts Biker Boys, at least.
Yeah.
So.
I did not even think about that. But yeah, I really wish that they had done something with that. I'm not upset that they didn't, but I feel like if we were to go back to the drawing board...
right, like this movie could just be a little bit better in like different ways. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. And it didn't have to be like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a vindictive betrayal, I guess. Like it could have just been like, let's say it was the white guy. What's his name? Stuntman.
Stuntman.
I would think like Stuntman. Like he could fuck with the bike before he races. Before Jaleel races dog to protect him or something.
Yeah.
Like
doing it for his own good.
Like Smoke would have come to him and been like, listen, you have no fucking clue what this is like. You guys are kids. You have no idea what's going on. You have to get to Jaleel because he only listens to you.
Or
like
maybe,
something.
Or maybe it's the race against the strays. And he knows that the strays are going to do some dirty tricks.
Yeah.
And it might hurt his life.
Yeah.
So what he does is he locks the kid away, and then Stuntman puts he covers his entire body.
Oh,
and then,
shit.
Takes the place of him in the race, even though he's a white guy.
Yeah.
Taking the place of a black guy. But, that's okay.
You should write this series.
Right?
Like, I feel like...
Write it out loud. Write a Bible right now.
They definitely could have done something with that. And I almost wish that they actually did, and it's just like a cut scene. Like they had to cut it for time or something. I almost wish that they did do that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that... Because you don't get a lot of character development with Jaleel, at least. Like his daddy dies.
That's
and
true.
He's angry.
That's
and he
true.
wants to show Smoke up no matter what. Throughout the movie, I don't see him growing.
No.
And so I feel like that would have been something. That would have been like a trigger for him to really understand the danger, I guess. The danger and the sacrifices and the risks that you have to take while being in a biker in a motorcycle
club.
Yeah, in a motorcycle club, especially if you're going to hustle within that and then get a lot of other people in danger.
Yeah.
I feel like they definitely should have done that for character development, but I still enjoyed the movie. Yeah. Jaleel is just an idiotic 18-year-old boy, and I had to keep reminding myself that in the movie. I was like, they're gonna let the kid win.
I agree, but I will play devil's advocate and say I did see some growth. Mm-hmm. He tried to, honor the promise he made to his mom.
That is true.
He tried to say no to the race
until the next scene.
Until he called his dad a bitch. His dead dad a bitch.
Yeah. That's Tate. Laurence Tate.
Can I just say something about Laurence Tate? So, in the movies,
I've to say about Laurence Tate too.
In the movies I've seen of him, he's not that fucking big and bad. He's not.
But he's great. He's great.
This is the toughest you'll see him probably in all of his filmography.
Well, wasn't he in Dead Presidents, which is about him robbing a bank?
He was in Dead Presidents. Right? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So other than the presidents, like this fucking pipsqueak of a man is
he's such a good actor.
He's such a good actor, and he is just puffing his fucking chest every second of this film.
Wait, we're talking about? Oh, go ahead.
And he's like Kid Rock's character's I guess middleman.
His right hand man.
His right hand man. Yeah. So Kid Rock won't say a fucking word.
Also Meagan Good's brother.
Also Meagan Good's brother. Yeah. And so, Kid Rock doesn't have to say a fucking word, because my man's coming up and he's calling your dead dad a bitch, and that you need to race dog now.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
So the movie that I know Laurence Tate from the most is The Postman with Kevin Costner.
Yes.
Where he plays Ford Lincoln Mercury. Mm-hmm. That's the name he chooses for himself.
I love it so much.
Have you seen The Postman?
I watched it forever ago.
Okay.
But I'm very, very familiar.
I want to show it on the podcast, but it's well over 2 hours.
That's fine.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
I mean, if you want to pick it, we have to watch it.
I mean, no.
Okay.
He's also in Crash, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's
not the bad one, it's the boring one. So, yeah, the one with Sandra Bullock. Crash.
People say it's racist, I think. I don't know.
Oh my god, he's in Waist Deep.
Okay, I don't know that movie.
Sorry, that's another Tyrese movie that fucking sucks. That BET always shows. Okay. I was trying to remember where else I knew him from.
He's in Menace to Society, too.
He's in Menace to Society. And in Love Jones. That's it.
Okay.
That's the one I was thinking of. Sorry.
He's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have so many movies I need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then... So I guess sort of on the same topic of just actors doing great stuff, Derek Luke, who plays Kid / Jaleel, I don't think I've seen one movie where he's not crying. Okay. And I think he is such a good crier. Okay. Holy shit. I love when he cries.
He didn't cry in this movie, though, did he?
He did, at his dad's funeral.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
But, it's not really lingered on. I think, because this is only his 3rd movie. And so,
I don't know this actor. This is the first movie that I know that I've seen him in.
Oh, okay. I'm fairly familiar with him.
Okay.
The movie I'm most familiar with him in is Medea Goes to Jail.
Okay.
where he cries a lot.
I refuse to watch the Medea movies. So.
You should watch
Family Reunion.
Okay.
It is the best one.
Okay.
It genuinely is the best one. I watched all of them.
If one of y'all wants to make that pick.
I have it on DVD.
Okay.
I forget. Are we giving CIARA a pick for Black History Month? I forget.
I at least need 2. I need a serious movie and then a not serious movie.
2?
Yes. You can pace yourself.
But I need everyone to know. I don't know which movie to pick. I want to pick a funny one that all black people hate, and then I want people to be like, she has terrible black movie taste.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Okay. But Derek Luke, he's a fantastic crier, and the thing about his crying that I love is that it's the same thing. It's the same crying that Viola Davis does, where it's completely involuntary.
Okay.
But you get some stream from the eyes, but most of the tears come through the nose.
Okay.
And I I think it's pretty much it. I just love the way he cries, and I wish we had more of him crying because he cries twice. We only see him really cry the one time at his father's funeral, and then after he finds out that Smoke is his father, he rides off, and then he's sobbing in his helmet at the train tracks. But that's it. I wanted more because he's a beautiful crier.
I'll have to look for a Derek Luke crying compilation on YouTube.
You must. It's fantastic.
Okay.
And the cast in a whole, I think, was just it worked so fucking well. Yeah. And I mean, put Orlando Jones in.
Oh my God,
put him in
Orlando
anything.
Jones. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I don't think he's really been in a lot of stuff since the 2010s.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Because he was in was he in American Gods?
Oh, I don't know.
I
haven't seen American Gods.
He was in American Gods, and I want to say he wrote an episode.
Oh wow.
Or he wrote dialogue for his character. I could be so wrong. It's been a minute since this happened.
We're not doing any research on this show
at all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me. But his character, there was a moment where he goes on a rant about false prophets and white supremacy. Right?
Oh, okay.
And apparently a lot of people hated it so much that they had to take him off the show to save viewership.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah. And I have not seen him since. American Gods.
Oh, damn.
I might have to watch that show now.
It is a fantastic show. And it's, again, fantastic casting. I mean, Orlando Jones is such a oh my God, he's such an amazing actor.
Yeah. He's a great actor. Mm-hmm. I know him from, Evolution, which is a sci-fi comedy that he did with David Duchovny and Moore. Julianne Moore.
And Sean William Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I also know him from Drumline.
Yes.
Which is, his big role.
That was his big one, yeah.
And then he also had a very small part in the Time Machine remake with Guy Pearce.
Mm.
Yeah, you remember the original where they do the rings, Dan?
The rings.
To find out what happened in the past? The rings that talk?
Yes.
Well, in the remake, what they do is they have a holographic teacher.
Aww.
And he plays that role.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and what got him famous was the Sprite commercials back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's a sexy ass man.
Yeah. Oh my God, he was so sexy in this movie.
He was.
You find out that he's a lawyer.
Oh my God.
He has the leather saddlebags on his shoulders.
Oh my God. And he's wearing his sexy ass suit when he goes to bail with his name. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, put that man in anything. Put him in my bed, bro. Put him in my dreams.
Whoa.
He's so good in all of it. I just love him. He's been so sexy to me my whole life, and this movie just it reawakened it for me.
Another funny thing that Orlando Jones does is he acts like the MC for the Black Knights MC at the beginning of the movie, where he's like, what did he say about the ass? Don't
be stuttering and standing around. And something else. And then he says, and bow that ass down.
Yeah.
Bow that ass down.
Imagine, to every party they go to, he has to do that. Imagine how tiring that would be.
He lives for it. He loves it.
For it.
That's true.
Because there was a moment of silence before Jaleel and Smoke race. And everyone's just it's a tense moment. Everyone's getting ready. This is father-son bonding, right? And then fucking he comes I asked someone the other day, or someone asked me the other day, why the Biker Boys wear yellow. I said, it's because they scared. And I said, why do the Biker Boys wear black? And they said, because they want to be the Knights. It's just it comes out of fucking nowhere, and I know he just revels in it. Yeah. He loves it. He absolutely loves it.
Well, this is a movie where there's a lot of great shit talking.
I will admit that. Yo, that part. Oh, what was it? When the first one, when Jaleel was about to race Dog, and Smoke stops him, and what's his character's name?
Motherland.
Motherland.
Yes. When they're on the bridge.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I wish I wrote it down.
I wrote it
It's
down.
like, are we gonna race or are you just blowing smoke?
That shit. I feel like I wanted to pause the movie.
You made an audible like, oh shit noise or something
like oh my god. Any moment there could have been a fight in this movie. There wasn't one, but like every fucking dig was like the fighting words.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd kill somebody over some shit like that. It was amazing. And we don't even see a gun until it's like...
No, a white guy pulls it out.
Yeah, a white guy pulls it out like 20 minutes left of the movie. And it's just because of fucking gambling. That's it.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, you get shot for shit like that.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
But the look on Motherland's face whenever he said that was like the most subtle double take.
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right, I guess we're racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he gets the last laugh.
He does.
He does, because that bitch gets arrested. There are so many times in the movie, and I think it's because Jaleel is a kid. His name is Kid, but like, there's so many times in the movie where I'm just like, whenever he gets in trouble, I get happy, but not in a rude way of like, he got in trouble. It's just like, I hope he fucking learns from this, because he really is just like a shit-talking dad's dead, like ass kid, and there's so many times where he needs to hold his fucking tongue, and of course he can't because he's a fucking child. And anytime he gets in trouble, it's just like, have you learned your lesson? Like I almost turned into his mother watching this movie. Anytime he did anything, I was just like, just wait, bitch, just wait till you get home. Oh man, I love this movie.
I'm glad.
It's my first time seeing it. I was blown away. I was blown away by this movie.
I'm very glad you like it.
I like it a lot too.
I think I was gonna be so invested in it.
Yes. I think you guys are right though in that the weakest part of the movie is the kid's character. It just that it doesn't grow enough, and we don't get enough time with him. But I mean, this movie's already long, and it has to do a lot of work. It has to build this whole entire world with these multiple clubs, all have their own relationships with each other and with the biker boys. And you know, it has to do a lot of heavy lifting, so it does get a little lost on the character time, I think. That being said, I think the pacing's pretty good. You know,
I think the pacing's really good.
We watched it with ads, so I think that always breaks it up a little bit and like slows down the momentum. But again, when I first watched this movie, I was hooked right from the start, and yeah.
Well, I mean, I wasn't around for the ridiculousness of when the Fast and Furious started, so I know this movie was written off as like a Fast and Furious clone. I mean, which it is, and that's fine. So
I think it's better.
No.
You can have your opinions.
Okay.
Because I watched all the Fast and Furious movies.
Okay.
I think Biker Boys is better.
Okay.
Better than Tokyo Drift?
Nothing's better than Tokyo Drift. Let's get that so real.
That is fair.
Thank you.
I haven't seen Tokyo Drift, but
it's my favorite one.
It's my favorite one too.
It's so good.
Yes.
People shit on it a lot for no reason.
Because
they don't know how to have fun.
Well, I mean, you know, it doesn't have, you know, the big two in it, but it doesn't need it.
Exactly.
Like,
because we have who? Bow Wow.
Yeah.
We got Bow Wow. Let it be.
I mean, you got Han, who's the best character in the entire series.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I'm really glad you liked this year. I was hoping you would.
Thank you.
I showed you the charity bike washing scene.
You did.
To get you to watch it.
He did. Instead of showing me the opening title.
I showed you the opening title too, didn't I?
I don't think you did.
Oh, wow.
You told me that because he had showed me the song, the Most Def song that they used to open title. But he never showed me the opening title. That's all I needed for this movie. I immediately was hooked because it was stunning. It honestly, it was reminiscent of how I felt when I first watched Belly. I was like, this is something. This is gonna be something great.
Okay.
just off rip.
It's a oneer, and it starts out just like.
That's true. It is oneer.
It's a oneer. It goes
very long.
I'm a sucker for it. I'm a sucker for it.
It starts out. I think the camera's like on the back of a motorcycle. Like it jumps off, and it's following people like doing donuts, and just like it follows. It sets up the entire. You know. it sets up the entire momentum of the movie. Like it sets up. We have Terrence Howard talking to Motherland.
But that's near the end of the Wonder, right?
That is you're right. That's near the end of the Wonder.
Because the way that the Wonder starts is it's outside and it's showing like the people partying outside and maybe starting some races, and then it goes inside where inside the clubhouse, and it shows all the people partying and dancing and drinking in there, and then it goes through the clubhouse, and then that's when we see Terrence Howard and Djimon Hounsou, and then they're talking, and then they go back outside, and so it goes full circle. Yeah,
and it is absolutely stunning.
And again, the camera work in this movie, I think, is just so like poetic.
It is.
It's so alive and so visceral, and inventive. I think if anything, just watch it for that alone, and you will get something out of it.
It does make a lot of creative camera decisions,
and I appreciate it. I think there's enough movies that are not doing that that need to take some lessons.
That's fair.
They need to step out of their comfort zone a little bit.
It's not boring camera work. It's not boring camera work.
It is, I'm sure, a little bit like MTV, 2003 MTV or whatever. I don't know. Like music video style is what you guys are saying.
Well, no, I don't think it's that. Like I said, now it's like, my opinion on it is that it seems badly dated because it looks like a videographer did it today. Because of the handheld camera work. So that's what I meant.
Okay.
So, but it can't help that. This movie was made before that got tired. So
I guess it's not tired for me with my eyes on this.
Okay.
That could be also part of the reason for that.
And another thing that makes it different from the Fast and the Furious is that the Fast and the Furious does a lot of visual effects to enhance their cinematography, and this movie did not. So
at all.
I mean, it did do a little things like
the vision.
Well, there's that, but that's a whole
tunnel
thing.
vision.
And the force vision. But what I mean is for the race where Stuntman was racing. Is it
the video vixen guy?
Laurence Tate?
Stuntman, the white guy?
Yeah, the white guy was in the race.
He was racing Donnie, played by Tyson Beckford, video vixen guy.
Okay. And then the kid, he
hijacks the race.
Yeah, he hijacks the race. Yeah. There was some cinematography stuff that they did where they made it look like they were driving faster than they really were.
Yeah, and you can tell.
Yeah.
That happens a lot in this movie where you can tell that they're because the actors on the bikes from these shots. And so they're going slower than it seems because it's not the stunt drivers. And it's very, very, very obvious that that's happening. Yeah. And I wasn't sure if anyone else noticed that, but I was like, they look like they're going maybe at the fastest 15 miles an hour.
Those bikes are being hauled behind a truck. I just know that that's what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Because those bikes are powerful.
Yeah.
In real life.
Mm-hmm. And the moments where it'll be a close up and they're like, "Arr," and they're grinning and they're hunched over their bike and they're the wind's blowing and everything. And then there's the shot from up high and they're sat sort of almost up straight, hands on the handlebars, and then just and moving straight, mind you, which bikes don't do that often. They're moving just straight as a fucking arrow, and I was just like, oh, if only they could sort of brush it up a little bit, try to make it a little bit more not as obvious. It didn't take me out that much. Okay, but every time it happened, I was like,
yeah.
I did see that in the reviews of this movie in the comments. But again, I think this movie gets unfairly rated, and they're missing the heart of the movie.
This movie definitely is more of a character drama than just a race movie. But
yeah,
it might have been more better as just a racing movie?
I don't know. I can't imagine it as anything.
I mean, if it was just a racing movie, it would just be Need for Speed on motorcycles.
That's true,
and
too.
I do like Need for Speed, but like I need something more.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it has a 2.4 on Letterboxd.
I
think that's unfair.
That's absolutely unfair.
With all the shit they'd be giving like 4 stars.
Yeah, fuck that.
Anyways,
Daniel.
Yeah.
Is this movie your Beastmaster?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen Beastmaster yet.
Okay, we should see.
I don't think this movie is that bad.
Okay.
I think Beastmaster was bad when it came out.
But you haven't seen it, so how would you know?
I did a little edit of it. Remember for our first episode 0 channel trailer.
Okay.
I downloaded the whole thing off of YouTube or something.
Okay.
FBI, don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. I didn't watch it, so you know. Anyways, it was pretty rough.
Well, that'll be an argument we have when we watch that movie then.
Okay.
I feel like I need to watch this movie again because there's so much I liked about it, but I was so enthralled I didn't take any notes.
I get it.
My only big note was something so minuscule, but I just liked the way it looked. Because whenever I'm watching movies, especially if there's like a large crowd scene, you know, a bunch of extras, I love watching everything in the back. Like I can hear everything that's happening in front of me. I need to see what's happening in the back to see if I can catch anything funky, right?
Okay.
But this was just so good. It was great proper blocking for me. When it's at the annual dance that the Black Knights are hosting, and it was right. Was it right after Kid? Was it right after?
It's Kid brought his mom.
Oh, okay. No, I got it. Okay, sorry, I had to remember. Because before he got jumped.
Yes.
Before Smoke got jumped. Smoke is moving through the crowd after
he goes up and talks to Orlando.
Yes. He's moving through the crowd. He bumps into Soul Train, played by Orlando Jones. And Orlando's like, "Are you good?" And he's like, Yeah. I'm good. And we're watching Laurence Fishburne make his way up to the bar, right? Now, usually we're just watching that. I'm watching Orlando to see what his acting choices are, right? So first he turns away, he's about to get back in the group, and then he kind of turns back around, does a double take, and then we see him just trail back right in back of Laurence Fishburne, just in time for them both to sit at the same time at the bar. And I don't know why. I thought that was so beautifully smooth. Because this is a large group of people. And to execute that so well, no cuts. Like, we see Laurence Fishburne enter. We see him bump into Orlando. They talk. We're watching Laurence walk. And then we see him walk. And it was just done so effortlessly that I kind of, like, I forgot everything that was happening. I kind of, like, I blanked out a bit, wrote it down, and then Laurence Fishburne was getting jumped. But it was so stunning. And I love when movies do that. Because I will say that the director did this just for me. I love when, because I'm a background watcher. I just already said that. But when you can tell that directors know that people are watching the background and they have something there for you. Yeah. I love that a lot. And I got that twice in this movie. I don't remember the first time. I remember being amazed by it. I didn't write it down. But I wrote down this one because it really caught my eye.
You know, that happens a lot in comedies, especially they're called what is it? Zucker, Abrams and Zucker movies, like Top Secret and Airplane.
The Naked Gun.
Yeah, the Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, okay.
They have these rules where you can have something funny happen in the foreground or something funny happen in the background, but not both at the same time. So if like something dull is happening in the foreground, what you should do is look in the background and see if anything's going on in their movies. So
I love those movies so much.
Yeah.
The Naked Gun movies are like my favorite comedies. Probably.
Yeah, they're great. They are great.
I wanted to say, on piggybacking off of that, I think Reggie Rock by the Wood did a fantastic job with this movie.
Fantastic job with this movie.
I think that's another reason I love this movie is that I can feel the love of the filmmakers.
Yeah.
And everyone making this movie. I can feel the passion when I watch it.
That is very, very true.
Yeah. And
because they didn't have to do this movie. Like I feel like they did not have the actors, like especially at that time, they did not have to do this movie.
Right.
So, but you know, like I just kind of wonder, like, what attracted them. Was it like working with all of the other great actors, or, was it because it was a fun script? Because I can see this, as a very fun script for them.
Yeah.
And like another thing, it's not like it's not your typical like black cinema movie where it's inner city and there's drugs involved and absent father and all those tropes. Right. This movie doesn't have that kind of stuff in it
at all.
Yeah.
Like very very mildly with like the hustling with the races. And that even then, that's like shown maybe 3 total times.
Yeah, and it's done through a montage.
Yeah, so it's never anything like, it's not like a major. I guess not. It sort of is a major plot point, but it's not heavily focused on, I guess.
Yeah.
As sensationalized as it is in other like black movies, I guess.
Yeah. And I feel like that's more just motorcycle subculture and not black subculture necessarily. Like it's like the subculture of, motorcycle clubs to have these hustles that people are like known for and, kind of outcast because, oh, you're a hustler kind of thing like that. Mm-hmm. It seems like that's in all sports movie. Like I'm thinking of this movie I watched called Pool Hall Junkies, and that's all about like the hustling. Anyways, it doesn't seem like a negative trait. Never mind. Yeah, I just mean it doesn't seem like it's saying like this is a black thing. It's just saying that this is part of the
Yeah. And I do enjoy the fact that like granted we're calling it a motorcycle club, but like it's a bike gang and hustling gets you kicked out of a bike gang. That and get you kicked off the turf.
I've watched Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I know what motorcycle clubs are willing to do just so they can keep riding their motorcycles all the time.
Yeah.
So
it was just I don't know. I love the of course like the familial aspect of the club, and the respect and the camaraderie and the
well, even between motorcycle clubs too.
Exactly.
Yes.
There are lots of weird dynamics going on in there.
Lots of weird dynamics going on.
I think that's what this movie's about too, is community.
Yeah.
100%. Because yes, they're in their own little subsects, but they're all bikers.
Yeah.
And they all come together for the bike wash to give books to kids.
Yeah.
And
they're books for schools for children because our government just refuses to, fully fund schools in the way that they need to be funded. And that's my, liberal, progressive, rant for this episode.
And I'll double on it. Because it reminded me of how the Black Panther Party.
Yeah.
Because they had free school lunches.
Yeah, they did.
Free breakfast and lunches.
Yeah, they did pancake breakfast for school children. And, that's how they, contributed to the community, like, very early on. I know about that, yeah.
Yeah. And so I thought it was just, like, it was lovely to see. Because I feel like, now this is going to be me and my Black film rants. But I feel like if this movie was not in the right hands, it would have gone differently. We wouldn't have.
She gave a wink if you didn't catch that. Almost.
It wouldn't have gone that way. We probably wouldn't have seen like the sweetness and the tenderness, of the clubs, like the giving back to the community, all coming together to do that, all coming together for what is that guy's name? The dead one, the dead dad.
Will.
Slick Will coming all together for Slick Will's funeral. Like they probably would have focused more on like the hustle and bustle of the motorcycle gangs. You know what I mean?
Or the rivalry between
exactly, and it would have built up more of a rivalry. We would have seen guns a lot earlier.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I love this movie so much, because it was put together so well and orchestrated so well that it wasn't needed. And even the gun that was brought out, it was just from this fucking random white guy in his biker gang who looks like he's like an extra off of Rumblefish. He's like, he hustled my nephew out of $1,200. Like, you know, I really respect Reggie Bythewood for making this film, and because when you see motorcycle gangs in anything, it's all danger and trouble and harassment.
Well, that's the difference between a gang and a club. And there are those differences.
Yeah,
because these men, well, not just men. These these clubs. These are made of sportsmen. They're made of people who like to race, and they're in it for the sport of it, and they're in it for the love of racing. It's not about drugs to them or about anything. It's not about violence either. It's about winning and beating each other and being sportsmen.
Yeah.
And that's why they have so much respect for each other. That's why they have an annual meeting where all the heads of the clubs get together and make decisions, even if they don't like each other.
I love that so fucking much because it's all community and it's beautiful. And I love this fucking movie.
What are you laughing at?
When I saw that scene, it just reminded me about the Council of Ricks from Rick and Morty.
Yeah. There's so much to appreciate and so much to love about this movie.
Well, I mean, also
you can still hate it, Steven.
No. What were the ethnicities of the three people who started the Biker Boys?
That's what I like too. Also,
we got a black man, a white man, and a
Hispanic, Latino.
Yep.
Yeah. Primo.
Rick Gonzalez. I think he's Hispanic. His name is Primo.
I'm
assuming that actor,
Mexican,
he was in the Arrowverse. Actually, he played Wild Dog.
Oh.
Apparently.
I only know him from the movie Old School with Will Ferrell.
I'll have to rewatch that.
He was in Supernatural. Rick Gonzalez was.
He was?
How many episodes?
Reaper. Oh wait. Oh no, never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Supernatural drama television show. Reaper.
Okay.
Oh.
So it wasn't Supernatural. It was a supernatural show. My bad, guys.
That's okay.
But I loved his character too.
Yes.
Because even though he was very like firecrackery, like the first time we meet him, he really got shit rolling.
Yeah.
He was what Soul Train is to Smoke. I think.
Okay.
I think.
He came up with the idea to start their own club.
Because then Stuntman would be the Slick Will.
Yeah.
I always forget his name. Yeah, so I think I liked his character a lot in this movie. Even though he doesn't say much.
No. He's not giving enough.
He's not giving enough.
But there's a lot of characters in this movie who aren't given enough.
Yeah.
Which is
a shame. That's why it's so impressive because they, even if they get like 3 lines, they bring a whole ass character to those 3 lines.
That is fair.
It is really, really, really good.
This movie, I was going to say, is very like inclusive and, diverse in every way. Well, Kid Rock, yeah.
Which what a choice, what a casting choice, but also it wasn't terrible. However, I was waiting on him the entire time to call somebody a slur. Any slur. Anything great possible.
Is like he's like 30 years old in this movie, and his face looks like he's 50.
His hair is so disgusting.
It's so fucking thin and lifeless. The entire time I was like, someone give him a bottle of conditioner stat. It was
just get a wig.
Just get a wig, Yeah. Wigs weren't terrible in 2003. No. They could have gotten something good,
Yeah.
But even TJ with the wheelchair, and we got a lesbian there too, and like this is 2003.
Yeah. I even think somebody called her homeboy.
Yep.
So maybe you have like a trans thing or non-binary thing going on with that character as well. Maybe that would have been cool.
Well, it was Larenz Tate's punk ass character calling her homeboy, so maybe he was being an asshole.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah. I feel like I have so much more to say about this movie, but I need to watch it again to like really say it.
That we haven't talked about, and I know that it should be talked about, but I am not the person to talk about it. And that's the soundtrack to the movie.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my I don't think I've expressed this to you, Daniel, how much I love. I loved the era when hip hop and rock were like, oh my God, they were holding hands so sweetly walking through a meadow. Like it was such a moment. It was such a moment because it started with fucking, oh my God, Anthrax and Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Yes. So that I feel like that's where the jump really came from. Because they're both
Wait a minute.
genres.
What about Aerosmith and
Run DMC?
Yeah.
Because
these are a little bit earlier.
That is earlier, yes.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
How early? When is Bring the Noise? When did that come out? 1991. Okay, it was earlier.
Yeah. Because these are two genres that are thought to be really bad for the kids. You know, scrutinized to high hell.
Well, one is considered worse than the other.
One is considered worse than the other.
I'm sure.
Yes, because one brings you Satan, one brings you drugs.
Yeah. And drugs are worse.
And drugs are worse than Satan. they bring you either Satan, drugs, and black people.
Yeah.
And saying dog, you know?
Yeah.
And one is definitely worse than the other.
Yeah.
And so when it became like a random, I feel like it randomly happened. This burst of just like, yeah, we're gonna rap on a sick ass fucking guitar solo. You know what I mean? Like it was amazing. And his entire soundtrack is full of it. And I wish I had written down or looked it up better. Perfect. But we have, we start with Mos Def. Mind you, the entire soundtrack are black artists in the forefront. Whether it's collaborations with a metal band or a rock band, whatever. Black artists are in the forefront, which I feel is so fucking important. Always. And the needle drops in this film were so perfectly timed and so well thought out. I forgot the music coordinator. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. The music coordinator for this movie, whose name escapes me, did a fantastic job with this movie. But we have, for example, Papa Roach and NERD. We have Metallica, Swiss Beats, and Ja Rule. What a fucking lineup that is on one song alone. It really made me happy. It really made me happy because if it was just a hip hop and R&B or rap soundtrack, that still would work. But I think with the intensity of it being bikes, you needed some rock in there. Yeah. Because rock people fucking love rock music. We love metal. We love heavy metal. We love emo. We love pop punk. We love it all. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's something that's not talked about a lot. Not that really the soundtrack to this movie is making a statement like I am, but I found it really great to have that intersection happening in the background whilst everything else is happening in this movie, because you're also seeing like a crossover of like Vikings and giving the community and having love and like I said before, like the familial aspect. It's all these different dynamics all put together into something that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Unconventional?
Okay. Or unorthodox?
Unorthodox, yeah.
Okay.
And so I thought it all melded well, so well.
Well, it's also, another dynamic is also the new or the young and the old.
Yes, exactly.
You see that in the Biker Boys club jackets.
Yes, which I had mentioned, yes, when we were watching it, because with the Black Knights, you have the classic, the leather with like the word on top, word on bottom, middle image, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But with the Biker Boys, what I loved is that it's so early 2000s black teen,
But it's inspired by, obviously, Japan and anime and manga and so forth.
Exactly, because of the Japanese characters on it.
Yeah.
Which the Black Knights would not wear that shit.
Yeah. Well, also this movie is great because it's the only movie that I've seen that does a title drop, using motorcycle jackets.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They go, so
what are you gonna call it?
Yeah. What are you gonna call it? And then we see their jackets, and it says "Biker Boys" on the back. And
yes.
Fuck yeah!
I lost it.
So good.
I lost it. So.
Oh man, I almost gave it a standing ovation. Like it was so sick. Mm-hmm. Oh man, like I don't think I've stopped smiling since we started recording. I love this movie. I'm so glad you like it. I loved it so much, and I have this thing where I haven't done it in a while, but I would watch one specific movie every year, and it would sort of change every like 3 years because I get obsessed with movies. I'll just watch that same one over and over again. This might be my once a year movie.
Yes,
okay. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think it is.
I love this so much more than Rent.
How fucking dare you? How dare you? That's fair, actually. That's fair. Also, I do want to say Derek Luke without any facial hair or hair on his head looks like Tate Diggs a little bit if you squint. And I had to keep reminding myself that it's not Tate Diggs because I kept wanting to make references to him because there were some points where like Jaleel looked so upset, and I was like, if they really wanted to, they could bust out into song right now, but it's not Tate Diggs, so I had to keep those comments to myself.
We can watch some Tate Diggs movies, so.
Should we?
Way of the Gun, we're absolutely going to.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Have you seen Way of the Gun?
No.
Oh, do you want to be over when we watch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh, he's also in Equilibrium. Have you seen Equilibrium?
I've seen Equilibrium.
Is that with Christian Bale?
Christian Bale, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We can do a double feature, a Tate Diggs double feature.
Shit, okay. What else do I want to say about this movie?
Could I say one thing?
Yeah.
Real quick? I just want to, I was going to say it earlier. You mentioned the blocking of this film.
Yes.
Again, I also agree. I think the blocking is fantastic. I think there's so much care in that.
Yes.
One scene I want to talk about in particular is the diner scene when we first are introduced to Primo.
Mm-hmm.
We see. Sorry, I was just looking at Stephen because I said we see. And anyways, we see Kid and Stuntman having their meetup afterwards because they just hustled Donnie, the video action guy.
Yep, Donnie.
Out of the $500, and they were a team the whole time. So that's when we're introduced to Stuntman, kind of, and then Primo shows up, and he was like, he saw the whole thing, and we get this cool exchange of like, Kid and Stuntman already know each other, and they already have this connection. So they're talking to each other side by side, kind of over Primo, and they're kind of ignoring him a little bit, and then
like they're on their knees, like in the booth, like.
And then they get up, and they talk literally over him because they get up on their knees on the in the booth, and to talk above Primo's head, and then they come back down, and Primo's like, it's just like this beautifully choreographed scene. The blocking is great, and you don't really notice it too much, in a way that's negative. Like I noticed it this time, and I was like, that's amazing. I like that. And it's just like those things that you don't always think about when you think about, I'm going to make a film. And it's something you should, I think.
Well, you should always, put the best effort you can in no matter what the movie is.
Absolutely.
And it's obvious they did that with this movie.
Yeah.
Except for maybe the screenwriter.
And I also want to say the screenwriting I think was cool. I really liked the dialogue. I thought was pretty dope. I think
it's not the dialogue I have a problem with. It's
okay. Well, I agree with you there. I will say though, there's some pretty badass lines.
Oh yeah, there's some great lines. For
and
sure.
Lawrence fucking Fishburne.
How have we not talked about him yet?
Because we're saving him for like, I don't know.
Okay.
For now.
I love that.
Bro, immediately.
I love him.
Immediately upon entrance, he just like dominates the screen.
He absolutely does.
And it's a little cheesy at sometimes. But he just, the way he carries himself is just so believable that he could be the king of California or whatever.
Yeah.
And
he's an actor with confidence.
Absolutely.
Actor, bro.
Yeah. Have y'all seen the horror movie Event Horizon with Laurence Fishburne?
No.
Yeah, he's in that.
Is he good? I mean, is he good? What a fucking question.
Yeah. It also has Sam Neill from Jurassic Park.
Is it? No, I'm thinking of Deep Impact.
No, very different movie.
I don't know what Event Horizon is.
Okay. It's a horror movie. It's like a space horror movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But he's very commanding in that. There's another B movie. He did a B movie with Stephen Baldwin called Fled, and Salma Hayek's in it too.
Oh, that sounds cool.
No? Something.
It's
got Stephen Baldwin in it.
Did you see King of New York?
No.
Oh, I gotta make you watch that one. That one's an Abel Ferrara movie. That one I've talked about it in this podcast multiple times before because Professor Rawlings was a PA on that movie.
Okay.
Anyways, Laurence Fishburne's in that movie.
Yeah. And Laurence Fishburne is also a surprise in Predators.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
You haven't seen that one?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched
And he
it
was fantastic
for.
in it.
I have a lot of love for Predators.
I watched it for Lisa Waring's Hot Take Tuesday. She has the podcast Real Movie Lovers.
Okay.
Shout out to them, REEL Movie Lovers. They're a good
Oh,
podcast.
you mentioned you brought her up to me.
Yes,
before.
she's a great person.
Yeah.
Listen to her podcast as well.
Yeah.
He's also, he started with Apocalypse Now.
Well, yeah. He got this is what I've heard, but I heard that who was it? It was Dennis Hopper hooked him on heroin on that set.
What
Holy
the
shit.
fuck?
That's what I heard. So he was like I think it was like 14 when it started and then 17 when it ended. Is that right?
I think so, something like that.
And then his next big thing that I know about is he was on Pee Wee Herman's TV show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He played a cowboy. Cowboy Curtis? Does that sound right?
I'd love to see that man in a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Apocalypse Now was not his first movie.
Okay.
He was in Cornbread, Earl and Me. Fast Break, and then Apocalypse Now, as well as If You Give a Dance, You Gotta Pay the Band. So it looks like some TV movies and very, very low budget movies.
The first time I ever saw him was in Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen.
I
haven't seen that movie.
I have to show it to you. It's so good. And he plays a hard ass dad, but he's a hard ass in order to set his kids straight because they're growing up in I want to say it's Compton. I could be wrong. It's been a minute. Basically inner city.
Yeah, inner city LA.
Inner city LA.
Yeah.
He's being a hard ass on his kids so that he doesn't die due to gang violence, right? And so watching this movie, I got a lot of that. I think I expected more of that, like to that level, to Boys in the Hood level. I expected that of Smoke, but I also knew that no, because we're supposed to be watching kid grow. We're not supposed to watch him get daddy lessons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though towards the end, sort of, it's like a pep talk.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the first movie I saw Laurence Fishburne in, it was Event Horizon. Because back then HBO did like behind the scenes stuff.
I love when they do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he did that, and then I saw Fled with Stephen Baldwin and Salma Hayek, and then the next movie after that with him, I'm pretty sure it was The Matrix.
I forgot he was in The Matrix.
Yeah.
How could I forget that?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in so long. It's my mom's favorite film. Not series.
Well, it is a film series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always forget that he's in it.
Yeah.
I think I only ever watched it for him.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah.
He's also, I don't know. He was also in Rumblefish, which you referenced earlier.
Okay.
I forgot his room.
I've never heard of that movie before.
Oh, it's a Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Okay.
It's based off of S.E. Hinton book.
Okay.
Yeah, S.E. Hinton also wrote The Outsiders, which also Francis Ford Coppola directed.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
I like Rumblefish.
It was alright.
It's a coming of age movie. Anyways, I thought Laurence Fishburne did amazing in this movie.
Yeah. All the actors are great.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep.
And it really is just so, because we talked about it like at the top of the episode, but like the whole cast are actors in various like times in their career, and you would think that they dead ass like chill out together, like it's amazing. It is absolutely so great to see them all together like that, and even in like major group scenes like the bike wash scene, like see them all just like chill out, you know, and all the what I'm assuming is improv, you know, dialogue and stuff like that, like cutting in between characters, like hearing other chatter, like it all just seems like they all got along so well. Like this seems like a really fun film for them.
Yeah.
I really like it.
The awesome thing about it is like Hollywood has a lot of ego, and these people to come for even a small part in this movie, it just shows that, you know, these are people who are willing to, you know, take small roles and be in movies and support.
Yeah. Like Terrence Howard had like 5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
And he kicked the fucking bucket.
Yeah, and that was probably when he was at his, you know, most popular.
Yeah.
Probably way back then.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I also know as an actor, never say no to a role.
Yeah.
Never say no to a role.
I disagree, but
well,
you never know what's going to be your last.
Yeah, or you never know what'll be a hit for you too. So
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I understand the sentiment.
Yeah.
The costumes were great. The king lapels, like the lapels that that Smoke wears. I think it's at the funeral.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh, I didn't
oh my god,
that.
he
like
walked up to that fucking gravesite. Oh. I felt disrespectful because we're at a funeral, y'all. And he's got on this this outfit that's just, no pun intended, to die for.
Orlando Jones is the sharpest dresser in this movie, like hands down.
Oh, damn it, he is.
Yeah.
And sure. I want to shout out again to Vanessa Bell Calloway, Anita, Kid's mom.
She was sharply dressed for the ball. She looked good in that.
Oh my goodness!
She is
was a two-piece black leather dress
with like the shoelace on the sides or whatever that are holding it together. Anyways,
yeah,
she's just.
But she killed it, bro.
Yeah,
and
she
did. She just delivered whenever she was, you know, chewing Kid's ass out, and whenever she's chewing Laurence Fishburne's ass out, that they acted that scene so well.
Yeah,
so well. I just think she did an amazing job, and she deserves a lot of credit for that.
Absolutely.
And also whenever she, you know, pulls over to the side of the road and makes him promise that he's not going to bike anymore.
Yeah.
One other thing, I always try and I always try to star my favorite things about the movie, and even if they aren't like super relevant, I try to get to them.
Okay.
So I have like only a few stars, but I wrote down dunk cam goes under legs. So in the beginning, whenever we're going to, no, it's during the race between Smoke and Terrence Howard. In the beginning, you know, we're following the race. And then it cuts to like a basketball game, and a guy he does a dunk, and then he hangs on the rim, and he pulls his legs up, and the camera goes under the legs.
Yes.
And you know, out to the race in the street, and I just like, again, that choreography with the camera and the actors and the thoughtfulness of it all, and I just like it. It's great.
Like everything was just so fluid.
Yes, fluid is a great word for this.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, one of the things I told you about to make you watch this movie, did you catch, there's a certain poster in the store where Slick Will dies. Did you notice the poster on the wall?
I did not notice the poster.
It's a certain movie, a certain animal movie, also made by DreamWorks. Can you guess?
Animal movie made by DreamWorks?
Around the same time period.
I'm gonna guess Spirit.
Spirit.
It was Spirit?
Yeah.
I love Spirit.
There you go.
That was it. That was pretty much all I have.
Okay.
I mean, I have more, I'm sure, but that's all I have at the moment. I'm a little tired.
I love that DreamWorks put in like a little Easter egg for themselves.
So Sierra, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why do you think that BET never showed this movie?
Because they're fucking cowards, Steven.
Okay.
Because as Huey says on fucking Boondocks, BET hates black people. They only want to show the worst shit. They only want to show the gangbanging shit. They only want to show the don't have a daddy, but everybody's daddy kind of shit. They don't want to show the pure love and passion that is well and alive in black communities. That's why.
You said it, so
Thank you for that.
I couldn't have put it better than myself, I suppose.
Thank you.
No, you couldn't have.
Is that what you thought as well?
Well, I mean, like, this movie brings up a lot of questions that I have. Because I am not a member of the African American community.
If you guys did not know that, it's a big shocker, I
know. Just in case anybody was wondering, because, this is all audio, so. But, I'm just wondering, how pervasive is, motorcycle street racing like this, among, African-American communities. So that could have been a reason why, it didn't do so well. Is there a community within the African-American community that would appreciate, motorcycle racing like this,
I would like to jump in.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
There totally is, from what I've seen.
Okay.
There's a photographer I follow, Valandis in Detroit, and he did like a photo series on biker clubs and like dirt bikers and four-wheelers, like doing tricks in Detroit, and as clubs and as I don't know if it's as formal as this movie. But, people do get together and ride. And also, I've seen in Miami, well, actually on the way home from Miami especially, it was kind of crazy. I was a little worried, but, it was pretty cool to watch. It was a bunch of, I think it was dirt bikes again, on the highway, on I-95. There was, 10. And they were all, doing wheelies in the middle of the interstate all together. And they were, from what I saw, mostly black. And they were all, a community I could see. And,
okay, but question.
Uh-huh.
What's the time frame of all that?
I don't know. What do you mean time frame?
Right. When did that happen?
Well, I saw that a few months ago.
Okay.
There are a lot of black biker clubs.
Okay.
There are a lot of them.
Okay.
There's a few down here. I don't know any of them by name. I'm just familiar with like how Daniel sees it through photography and stuff like that, or people just talking about it online. But there's many down here in just South Florida alone. There's so many over in Texas, over in Tennessee. You have them in Michigan. You have them Maryland. There's a lot of them. They're not as I guess appreciated or seen as much as white bike clubs, because they're white bike clubs. Everyone loves Sons of Anarchy, and no one's fucking seen Biker Boys. And so, and also just because the connotation with a lot of black people in one area, especially when they got fast wheels, it's not the greatest look, and it's so sometimes sort of a safety thing that they're not writing out a lot.
Okay.
But they're definitely there.
Okay.
And they're alive and well, and it honestly is passed down from generation to generation. Because I mean, what black motorcycle clubs are now were once black cowboys then. So it's all really just handed down, and I think it's really lovely.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know this movie was based on a news article, so I know there's definitely that was based in LA, so I know there's some there, but that's LA and California, but if there's more throughout the United States, that's great, but I guess this movie wasn't the breakout like Fast and Furious was,
right?
Because one of the great things about Fast and Furious is that it's very it's very diverse. So Fast and Furious took took car culture to a lot of different ethnic communities, and showed the different like the different ways different ethnic communities like express car culture.
Yeah,
I guess you could say.
100%.
So, yeah.
I was gonna say something. I forgot.
Okay, we were talking about ethnic communities and car culture.
Yes.
Okay.
I honestly think it was just a comment. Like I wish Biker Boys took off the way that Fast and Furious did, because I don't like car racing, but I'll watch a bike. You know, and what I would give to be a fucking spectator, just to like watch just like guerrilla dirt biking, like you know, like that would be so sick. Because like watching this whole movie, I was just like, I want to do this, or I want to go see it, you know. And with Fast and Furious, I didn't really have that. It was fun to watch on screen, but if I see bitches like, you know, swerving and going fast down 95, I'm a freak out. Right. You know, but with bikes, for some reason, even though it's much more dangerous, I'm fine with it, because it's like I know they have way more control over that than a car. Yeah, it's and I do also want to comment on another thing. What I love the most about this movie, going in hand of what I was talking about, the community and love and all that stuff, is that anytime they all get together, it's like a cookout. And I love cookouts. I'm Black, and I'm Southern. I love cookouts. And it could be like, it's all different clubs coming together, all eating hot dogs and all chilling out and having a good time. And I just love the found family aspect, I guess. I'm a sucker for found family.
But they didn't do enough of it in this movie.
I know. But I think it's for me, it's easier to romanticize and
to imagine,
to imply that it's there. Just from what I saw, because of how natural everything looked. It was just like, oh, they do this all the time. This is family.
You like to explore the world of Biker Boys.
Yes.
I get that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but I completely. Oh, you were saying you wondered how this movie was received.
Yeah.
And I was saying, when I watched this movie and I was like reading the comments on the movie itself on YouTube, I was reading some that were like, oh, I'm into bikes, and this is a movie that my family always watches and like references and like. And I'm looking at the comments in the reviews on Letterboxd, and I see a lot of Spanish reviews.
Okay.
Which is interesting too. I could see that being a thing as well. Another thing about this I just wanted to talk about is that like mechanic culture is cool, and it's represented well in this. And if you know any mechanic people, they tend to pass it down to their kids, and their kids tend to be into machines, and
or at least they try to.
They try to, yeah. I mean, some people pick them up on their own, and bikers are very interesting people. From what I've met, they're very thrill-seeking and very adventurous. So I mean, I think this movie is representative of some people, and like they feel seen by this movie. But I don't know if it's a big amount.
Well, you mentioned, like the mechanics culture and all that. Well, my dad, he was a mechanic, and he actually rode Harleys and fixed up Harleys.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. And he tried to get me into it, and I did not appreciate all the mosquitoes. At night, I just wanted to be home, be inside, and watch my cartoons or read my fantasy books. So sometimes it's not passed on, and that's valid too.
I'm imagining Steve as a Harley Davidson rider right now, and it's glorious. It's glorious. Back when you had your mutton chops, oh man, let me see.
Burnsides. Those are Burnsides, sir.
Oh, forgive me.
Burnsides.
I'm savoring this mental image. Okay.
Well, now I can do it on a trike, but
you could do it on a Harley.
No, I'm not yet. I'm way too lazy for a two-wheeler. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Before we go, we'd like to give a shout out to the bestest friends of the show on our Patreon. Thank you, Brian, for your support of the show. If you'd like to be one of our bestest friends of the show, then check out our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/yourmoviemymoviepodcast. And thanks for listening.
Well,
thank you for showing this movie, Daniel.
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you for watching it.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes. Not the worst pick for Black History Month?
Not the worst pick. I was so fucking nervous.
Wow.
We still have yet to see.
Yeah.
We still have yet to see
Have
Steve's.
you told me? You haven't told me your pick yet.
I
Is it a secret?
haven't even told Daniel.
Nope. I'm
Because I have
really
an
nervous.
idea,
Okay.
and if it's this,
What's your idea? I'm pretty sure you're never going to guess.
I'm not gonna guess it. But like sorry to generalize again, but anytime a black or a white man tries to suggest a movie to me, it's either what is it? Oh God.
Tell me what it's about.
No, not Foxy Brown.
Yeah, it's Foxy Brown, isn't it?
It's either Foxy Brown or it's Black Dynamite.
No.
Or Jackie Brown?
Jackie Brown, there we go.
No. It's not Jackie Brown or Black Dynamite. Although I would love to watch We're gonna watch Black Dynamite.
We're absolutely gonna watch Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. It's just white men keep trying to make me fucking watch it,
Yeah.
and I'm so tired of it.
Well, and also like the thing is, okay, like, does it have? So like, I have other questions in my head because it's like, so does it like have to be an all black cast, or like could it be like a black actor is like the star of it, but it has like white actors? Because I would really like to watch Solo with Mario Van Peebles. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about.
No idea what you're talking about.
I also don't have to pick these movies for Black History Month. I can just pick these movies because I want to watch them too. So,
I was thinking you might pick, oh my gosh, it's a vampire movie.
a Vampire in Brooklyn?
No.
No. I know. Oh my God, I have it. I know what you're talking about. It's Death by Temptation?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Which one are you talking about?
No, it's like black is in the title. Oh, Blackula.
Blackula, the Black Dracula.
No.
What was the one with Snoop Dogg?
Oh, is that Tales from the...
He was in Tales from the Hood, I think. Or one of them.
Fuck. There was a vampire movie. I don't know if y'all have.
The newer one?
I don't know if y'all have any black listeners. I'm gonna be so real, but I'm sure they're like, other than me, no offense. But I'm almost sure they're like screaming at me now because I want to say there was a vampire movie with Snoop Dogg in it.
Okay.
He was just in The Day Shift with Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
That's brand new.
No, this one's like old. Bones. I think.
Okay. I've heard of that. I haven't
I've seen the cover of that before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one.
Directed by Ernest R. Dickerson. Why is that familiar? Oh, because he did... Okay, I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Team Deacon's podcast, and he was on. Ernest Dickerson. He directed Juice.
But Juice is the movie. I have it twice bootlegged and then once like actual, but like we never open it up. We hear the plastic still on it. That and The Brothers. It's the same setup. Okay. We have it twice bootlegged and then once the proper movie, just the plastic's never taken off of it. Mm-hmm. That's how we preserve black cinema. I have no idea what your movie's gonna be. I'm nervous, Steven.
It's okay to be nervous.
Can I get like a clue?
No.
Like at all?
No. We're gonna go in cold.
Fuck. Okay.
This might be the last time we do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Okay.
See,
you're gonna need to pick one, Sierra, to redeem us.
Do you want to just give her the next month and pick two, or?
We should give her an episode, yeah.
Okay, but do you want to give her two or one?
Oh, two?
Man.
Okay. You pick one, but then you'll get one later, so you can choose the other.
Okay, I can.
Because we're all pacing ourselves.
That's fair.
I have 500 movies to talk about.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I still have to make you guys watch like my really shitty picks too.
Okay.
That I love dearly.
But in the future, I'm actually planning on showing a Disney movie. So.
Okay.
So, I'll invite you. We're going to compare it to another movie, though. So.
You still need to watch Unico.
Okay.
I do need to watch Unico.
Anyways.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like the podcast is over now. We're just talking.
Yeah. We're just talking. But I'll invite you over for both movies for that one.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Perfect. Wonderful. So are we done?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
We've been done for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Final words, burn rubber, not your soul.
Oh, I hate that I really do love that quote.
It's badass. A lot of lines are badass in this.
You know what this movie, which other movie this movie makes me want to watch? The Warriors.
Yeah.
I really get a Warriors vibe from this movie.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, yeah.
Oh, one more thing. The quote, what is it? I learned a lot of things from my father, or something like that.
The difference between boys and men are lessons learned.
My father taught me plenty.
Yeah, my father taught me plenty.
And it's cool because it gets a double meaning in the end because he learns things from both of his fathers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Kid Rock was in this movie.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.